long-standing staple for the Young Ninjas. I remember a couple of years back in the Academy League, they were still picking this map. It's been one that they're heavily favoring whenever they get the chance to play it. Here as well, up against the big dogs in their home ground. Let's see how they do. As the first round's already getting started, we've got a little bit of action. Big, they've pushed down mid. Have forfeited quite a bit of map control as well as a result of that. But Tabson, he's just going to be lying in wait with his USP. Take the shot, bomb dropped instantly. They don't even know where the shot came from. Turn around to try and get rid of him. Here's the next flank coming through, causing a couple of issues for Big at the moment as Era taps away at a couple at the moment. But as long as Maxter survives, or if he goes down, that's going to be another issue on its own. Retake it. Already sticking that defuse. No kit, but it doesn't really matter that much. It's going to be a little bit close here, though. Coming around from along the USP, trying to cover. Eric gets that first, but the right choice. As I'm looking at it, all 5 players from the Young Ninjas make their way towards mid and looking to explode out long as well. This is going to be an interesting test of the setup here. Grimbo has to tap away long enough to make sure that they cannot get too close. As Searson's the next man who would have to watch long there. Well, here's the test. Let's see how this goes. Grimbo, tap away.
He's just able to nullify though, but there you go. There's the trades and all 3 come collapsing. Adam B, Era, and Adam B again able to just run it down into that bomb site. Limited to only a single kill in that big pit, mini pit position rather. From Favin, usually so sharp, but struggled to connect right there, and then the follow-up comes through there from Young Ninjas. That's a very explosive take as well. Able to force him into the bomb site, and then the follow-up is certainly there. That's a promising round for Young Ninjas, if anything, as they come out of the gate swinging.
Yeah, talk about the worst-case scenario. Talk about the best-case scenario. This is... well, the exact best-case scenario, bar the fact that, you know, maybe...
Again, you have to force some respect from Big. Those are key details that they're at least capitalizing on early. As I think there's 4 players here. I only see one on the minimap, but...
yeah, I think they're going for a 4-man
stack going on. There it is, yeah.
Oh, this is going to be fun to look at. Alright.
Come on now.
Everyone bar keto on this B site. And there you go, USBs. Exactly what you're meant to do.
Now scramble. Everyone starts to go their separate ways right now. And again, they have that MP9 still on that A side here. And now hearing the rotations, Keto calling.
Kill feed. Keto gets the first one. Not bad. A little bit of damage as well. Maxing down to 18. Well, 3 USPs, not the greatest weaponry for a round like this. They could still try and manpower their way through short, pick up an AK, maybe the Mac 10 or MP9, excuse me. Actually, though, currently holds the advantage, but now an M4 picked up here for Tabson. We all know exactly how good he can be, taking not even more damage, but unable to finish the job. And Grimbo, he just gets away with the AK. I love that play there from the on the B side. That is so reminiscent of a very, very old strat I saw in Cobble way back when from VP. They stacked outside of I don't remember the bomb size. It was the one where CT spawned, right? They stacked a bomb down.
Trolling in that jump up room. So
yeah, you know what? I'll give you that.
This is a good time here, but having a good time right now is Young Ninjas here. They're up 2 rounds on their map pick versus Big. That's a good start to this map. Again, the investments are actually coming back, and actually Searson on the op is going to be an immediate interest for me. He willing to invest it with a glass cannon, but good space here taken. Favin, let one crawl out there. They try and clear the wrong angle, and Favin's going to have his number. Not allowing for Nilo to get any sort of success on the opener.
Motley playing that one as well, usually. Would be playing a little bit closer, you know, then when your tricks don't work anymore, you fall back to pit, that's the safe area, but... mind games, it is what it is. The gamble didn't work out for the first one. Now comes Searson and the AWP, or maybe not, though. Flashed off the angle. I'll just re-peek a little bit to get a little bit of damage as well, but the most damage currently is going against the T side here. Now just ZTR and Adam B. Well, yeah, Searson, Keto, Tabs, and all are tagged up, and now Crimbo joins that as well. Still not looking too easy here for the T side. 30 seconds left. They've got a couple of smokes. They could take the A site here if they do get a little bit lucky. The big problem is Faven down in pit, who does get a little bit of information there. Almost gets a haircut as well. Do they really want to go for this? Yeah, it seems like it. They got a little bit of money. There's the first Matador's the only one with the full HP at the moment. Karimbo close, and he also no angle. Not only that, but he's got Searson to help him out. Clean up the round. Couple of casualties, but big.
But this is a whole nother competition here, as we've stated. There's a whole different team, and right now, forced off of that B side. Maxter looking for some initiative in that side of things, but wisely does fall off, because that sort of utility is a little bit too much to hang around against.
Big looking like they kind of want to gamble here, but Smoke's utility does or do keep a couple of them towards the A side, and a couple more rotate in. Sending Searson to hold the B side all alone with the smoke and all he has of the rifles on A. This is gonna be interesting because the young ninjas, they look like they kind of wanted to go towards A. Then they were like, nah, never mind, let's just go back. Now they're ready to head towards B. Searson waits. Has not yet pulled the trigger on the op, so it's gotta be a complete surprise that he's here. A lot of players headed his way, and the first shot is a miss. The B side completely opened up with a single kill. No one else resides anywhere near and big. They don't even look like they want to go for this. The money doesn't support any sort of a retake. Especially not now when the game is still early.
That's a super impressive round right there. Finding that early B kill and a Searson of all players catching him off guard and immediately forcing Big into a save. That's so fiery from Young Ninjas. It definitely looks like they're feeling a whole lot more comfort on this map than Big right now. Again, they are kind of shaking off the rust here of not playing together as a full unit for quite some time. I imagine they've been playing, you know, with a little bit of pressure on their shoulders. Like, they don't want to go into events knowing that they're going to lose, but I do think that you get unleashed a little bit. You get a little bit loose when you're playing it with those stand-ins in a different way than when you're back with your full five, back with your full roster.
Going with the sort of same game plan, or maybe they try and change things up if Big started to fight back. Well, I suppose when Big started to fight back would be the more adequate way to put this. Don't want to change them, of course, though. Again,
With you.
Young Ninjas. Take it away towards B. Maxter waiting at the top, noticing a couple of pieces of util coming through. Is going to fall back for now. That alone seems to be enough to now deviate their attention all the way to the other side of the map here. Place was long at the moment, though. This is going to be interesting if this even works out. They still have the fallback option back towards B with Maxter and Banana. Young Ninjas. Wherever they want to go. They got the possibility, the option to do so.
Quick flashbang to claim control of Banana. At least to sell some presence there. Again, though, Big aren't biting. They have the right idea at the moment. The right site stacked up here. Oh, Grimbo. A little bit of information going his way. Calling over to his teammates that, yes, indeed, we are correct here. Hold our ground. Get ready for the execution that's to come. And Faven certainly readies himself with 2 big kills. A third on the site. There's Grimbo, and Searson nails the headshot. So, Era sent packing out of that apartment. And now it's to go into a whole new one here as Big locked that one down.
Yeah, not a bad round at all, and that's... I was going to say, that's a little bit dangerous, right? Playing 2 players in pit and you're still somewhat there for the Young Ninjas for this round. Yeah, looking good. Next one, not entirely sure. Bomb plant would help them at least. In case they end up losing a round like this. The same thing, right? Because they've been playing with the money for the past couple of rounds. They've been saving, they've been doing whatever they can to make sure they can fight these early rounds here. Now it's their time to try to take control. Maxter is then forced off Banana here with a lot of utility and decides to take a fight. It doesn't work out. Same with ZTR towards middle, meeting Searson Zob. Gotta tease how to get it. Roll back the tape a couple of rounds. You saw how this worked out when they were, you know what, 5v2, 5v3. Wasn't too great back then. Now make it a 5v2 again. They barely got any kills. Some damage. Now finally a kill. But still, they're an Adam beat. Big ask for them. Still separated the two of them as well, but making their way towards B. Era does slow creep up here. That gives an opportunity, but Tabs' Molotov is perfect here. Just waits. Teammate does join him.
Playing a surprisingly reserved game right now, but might be perfect there. That HE is definitely going to land for some damage done. But now the isolated spurt of aggression coming through from Tapson is going to allow for this round to be pulled back. And Air's now got himself in a prime position, a prime post plant here with the AWP of all weapons. He's going to be the win condition. Right now, one smoke, Crimble lining that up, but he holds on to it. He doesn't throw it in yet. Bomb is past half ticked. Oh, bigger folding this round right now. Adam B adds another one to the tally there. And luckily, Shearson's able to strike in time. Otherwise, that round would have gone so sour for Big right there.
Yeah, that's a little bit of time. To maybe have a little bit more commitment off the back of those early entries, right? So you don't just lose that one without a trade, but if you commit more than one player, you lose all of the players who are going for those fights. That is going to look a little bit foolish from our end as well. We're going to be saying that exact same thing here. So it's a bit of a double-edged blade here, and well, then again, entry, no trade. Tabson walks back. Couple of flashbangs. T-side can't really do anything about it. Not only that, but they're also rotating another man towards B. Searson's made his way here. Just throw that util, maybe making them think that, okay, one of the Basilius has fallen back from B, or from Banana. As Era catches the attention now. Tabson and Keto both cross back. Now they play the time again. They've got utility, they've got smokes and mollies to try and slow down this T side and lock them out of the bomb site for as long as they want to as well. Time has got to be a bit of an issue now, especially towards A.
That is a big issue. If one thing goes wrong here as they retake control of that A-bomb site, that's when this round can become very scary. But Nilo elevated angle here. Looking like Spider-Man ready to dive on in. And eventually they will collapse in on the site. Searson's able to find some kills, but Favin going to keep things nice and contained. And Arrow now left into a 1v4 that's just so difficult to recover. One kill, though, does offer up here. But Crimbo doesn't go for the full commitment on that. Exactly can be said here to get things rolling once again.
Taking their time for now again. Decent nades. Something that Big is kind of known for as a whole team. Utility nades overall, that's the big thing. They're very innovative with how they do things. In a way, they kind of remind me of a tier 3 team in the sense that they are not afraid to change up the way they do things. Right? Innovate nades, try and get a new meta going on, and everyone just says, you know, okay, I like that, I'm gonna copy that. Yoink, mine now. So often they're the ones who try to popularize those to catch off people and surprise. Works out pretty well here as well. We've seen these CT rotations, how they've been doing them basically all willy-nilly. They don't really care. They stack A, they stack B. I'm not afraid to do so. Again, rotating Searson off, and looking like a couple more players will come towards the B site here. So another rotation, another gamble they're making here early on with 30 seconds remaining. Searson is about to react to a couple of players, or maybe not, though they've walked back. That's just going to confirm the play they're making here. Have taps and rotate all the way towards the B. 20 seconds left. This is going to be all or nothing here for the T side. Bomb gets dropped. Chaos could be enough to make sure that they don't even get that planted. The time runs out, but here's a couple of flashbangs. Here's a good one for the CT side as well. Crimbo first, but now the AK strikes. Another one is Crimbo at the back of the site. With a couple more flashbangs, that's all you need. Oh, look at him just tap away, making it look easy, and that's what it is.
Down towards B already. Keto. Aggressive maneuver. Searson looking for the same aggressive success here, but does have to fall away a little bit. There are plenty of creeping Tech 9s heading his direction that you definitely don't want to drop to.
Got a bit of a faster A plane instead. A couple players on the site. This is going to be fairly good crossfire for the CT side, and you can see how that goes. Tech 9, though, not so well. Couple struggles, Keto already in the back line, but he's going to be executed here by Era. Couple more kills, a little bit of damage, that's all for the CTs and Ts here. A lot of experience from that, right, just going up against tier 1 teams consistently. But then you've got Era, who's been playing this game you know, with the Into the Breach boys, what if they were before that, I don't remember, unfortunately, but... Right, like, he's been playing for a long time as well. So definitely kind of helped out, and I think that counts. Couple of kills, entries towards B. Rainbow race against time, and oh god! Oh my.
But yeah, showing that experience does matter quite a bit.
Oh my. See that right there? That's what we call a scroll jump or a scroll wheel jump moment. You're a little bit spooked.
Little jump scare, literal.
Very literal.
Literal sense. At least we have that in Counter-Strike. I always liked that little analogy. So it makes a lot more sense when it comes to Counter-Strike. But could be scary here for Big. Not in the sense that they don't really need to save onto these rifles, but they want to. It's definitely nice. Obviously, this 2-on-5, there's just no chance. But Arrow really had his way with that round. I mean,
oh yeah,
there was no one that could stop him on those B-side entries. Multiple players tested him, and both of them failed on the initial take, and then the cutoff rotations.
Now being in
yeah.
ITB instead of a Gamer Legion, so I got a little bit confused.
Yeah, there's
point still stands.
The X Into the Breach cast that I had last week was Adam B versus Adam, like 9-3-1-0. So it was a lot of fun for sure. But not a bad trade there. Searson dives back for a second though, and that's where he gets a little bit too, you know, I guess aggressive is the right word there. They're trading things back in Crimbo. Oh man, constant back and forth here. Bomb has been dropped over in towards the port side, so it's recovered by Nilo just now. He doesn't actually grab it just yet. Interesting here. Instead, he's going to route in towards Boiler and take a little bit of a different approach. He needs a silent jump, something like that, or just a free kill onto Tabson. That will certainly suffice.
Mind game Keter right now as well, who's going to be clearing Boiler, thinking, you know what, haven't heard him drop. Gotta check balcony! There he finds his prey. Sells 9-6, would still be a decent half overall for the young ninjas. CT side is going to be a little bit easier, hopefully. But against a team like Big, I kind of mentioned the utility usage, how they change things up. It's not something that's easy to read. So, that is going to be interesting to watch in the second half for me. How young ninjas are trying to react to that. Or if they just play their own game and completely ignore what Big is trying to do. Because that sort of disrespect, it definitely could work. Here, though. Speaking of disrespect, again, we end up in a situation where the T side have not gotten a single kill in the round.
Just going to immediately claim another one here. And 10-5 is looking all the more likely as Crimbo strikes
to win, if they want to have a chance here. Next map being Mirage. It's alright. Adam, he's not alright. Now moving on to the next door, Maxter, not alright either. An Era close range with the USP. A couple of Glocks jumping onto him. That's not at least the one. Two Berettas though. Dangerous weapons and trades continue to come through here. Tabson spotted next here as, well, he's fighting back at Nilo, who has just lost his teammate to Crimbo. And chasing Phantom footsteps here, making the way towards the side around. 2-0 short now. Taking these positions here, crossfire. Probably has an idea. Okay, Crimbo probably towards pit. They just heard the reload from Tabson as well, so this has got to be a little tough here. Back himself in the corner. You can count out along from this position. Crimbo has been told, okay, Nilo's on the balcony. And he's got to try and jump out here. It's not easy. Has to nail a couple of nasty shots here. Glock changes the burst as Tabson. He's just running around the box. Decent enough for an idea of a setup on the B or on the A side as well, right? Double pit. Try to make this a little bit difficult for the T side, but they're choosing to enter through long, which I do like, right? You got the rifles, take the long range duels instead. Make the most out of those, but speaking of long range, you've got a scout as well on the CT side, finally getting some sort of bloodshed here. More util. T side making their way through, and Maxter, hoping that Adam does not end up in the grave, has happened exactly as foretold in the prophecies. And now the Desert Eagle strikes from the mini pit, and having done 1 damage. Not enough for a second, but ZTR, speak of 2, and he delivers Keto down to half as well. This is now a round that the young ninjas cannot steal with a single bullet from ZTR or the scout. They're toying with the idea. ZTR, he nails him as well. He plays towards B, kind of does give me an idea. They might be looking for a fight, and they're happy to oblige. He decided not so much. Parhaat control very quickly falling into the hands of the CTs.
So what sort of T-side can we see out of Big? Because right now, we've only seen the pistol. This is the first real gun round that we get out of these two teams. And Molly not spreading to ZTR. That's going to give over a big false sense of security over in the Big camp that maybe there isn't that forward banana presence here. But ZTR is going to strike in tow. Keto has to be prepared, and he is. ZTR going for heroics, but ends up just getting clotheslined by Keto. You're not going to be able to catch him off guard all that easy, but Crimbo gives a freebie back to Era, who has free pickings with that AWP, and unsure of where they exactly want to finish. It's Jobson just trying to grab that gun and get out of dodge. He will successfully so. But this is 25.
Yeah, time is an issue. Thankfully, they don't have any Molotovs to try and slow them down. They've got a Molotov on Maxter, and he's on the other side of the map right now. Can't really do too much, but a couple of kills, 2 to work out here. 2 kills, that's enough. 10 seconds, though. Try to take care of 2 plays on the site. This is a near impossible task. You just gotta rush the bomb plant and hope you're not gonna get shot in the back. But Adam B, an arrow with a no-scope.
Yeah, I mean, I was anticipating some promise here from the Young Ninjas CT side, but I didn't think it would look this good. Only giving over a single pistol round, and then thereafter able to lock things down so comfortably. I mean, Big are just at a complete standstill. Looks like they're lacking a little bit of that identity to really figure out, you know, who's going to go on the aggressive on this T side, who's going to be taking space. Crimbo's attempted it, but it's fallen flat without any trade potential. Now it's Keto that's looking to gather it here with some mid control, but walking into a 1-2 punch. A little crossfire and a molly as well. To make matters worse, bomb has just been dropped in the bottom of Banana by Tabson, so this round just feels like an inevitability that it goes in the way of Young Ninjas. As ZTR has Nilo's back and Nilo has ZTR's back. It's everyone covering everybody and every angle covered by Young Ninjas.
Ooh, looking good. Can't they close things out without any casualties, though? They know where Faven is as well, so should be pretty easy to finish, and it is. There you go. Continue our focus on this game. Round of 22 begins. T side weapons back, Searson off, Era as well on the other side. And he's been really good so far. The first time we talked about it, he was the one who was really giving us a show and reasons to believe in the Young Ninjas in a couple of the rounds. Has continued that, 17 kills, top of the server for now. Oof, actually not, Fabian was top of the server. Now deceased. That's Banana though. Having to remove ZTR gives a lot of room to work with. And make it worse, Nilo in a 1v4, essentially trapped in an island, make that a 3k! Shuts down the play from Big. And Crimbo, the last man alive, has to salvage this somehow. But is there even a way?
He has completely retreated in towards spawn right now, and look who he has to walk into. Adam B is right around this corner, but he does concede as soon as Crimbo pushes up, so he does have that slight timing advantage. And now make it a massive timing advantage. He could catch a big back turned. Adam B could get caught none the wiser, but he turns in time. And it's Nilo right there, that X factor.
Young Ninja's undoubtedly in the driver's seat at the moment.
Don't really see a way that they can get shut down either, man. It's just Big constantly losing in these opening advantages. Another one dropped out of the wayside here. Nilo gonna stick from the side, and he does find another big multi-kill, but maybe 2. This time, not enough. As Searson and Crimbo can make their way easily on towards that beat bomb site, and they start to realize in time. Extra molly dispensed by Crimbo to comfortably plant. Now, Searson should be in his element. A late round situation with the AWP. You can't get better than this.
Through the smokes, running through into the site. The molly is going to make a whole lot of use here. Here's another smoke towards CT as well. Just got to force them to go through, and they spotted them. But now, Searson versus Era. But from the Young Ninjas so far, we've seen them play a little bit more aggressive. Sandbags last round, they even peaked as well, the two players. Not again, though. They're not going to test their luck, not going to overstay their welcome towards top of Banana instead. Slightly different setup from them. Same pieces of util we saw from Big as well, going towards top. With that as well comes a rotation. Oh, patching up the hole they had in A defense with ZTR making his way towards A. Smoked off long, though. Era is going to be a little bit dangerous here for him. Smokes and mollies deployed. That smoke, unfortunately, doesn't extinguish the entire Molotov. Does cause a couple of concerns now for the CT side. They can't re-peek from short without going through a smoke. Now they just played the bomb plan. Now they just played the crossfire here on the site. Plus B, you've got Nilo still holding over the full back of util as well, so if you go back towards B, that's not going to help out as much. 35 seconds left, a single smoke could save you an entire round, and that's exactly what's going to be happening here as well. Even has another Molotov below him as well. Gonna drop his molly at like, what, 20 seconds, 25 seconds, pick up the next one, drop it again. Big. Despite there only being one man in the site, this is not an easy task. Now, Nilo, drop the first molly, go back, pick up that second one as well, and he's gonna drop that second one right after this one. It's so big. You better hurry the hell up here. This is not a round that you can afford to lose. Surely not like this. We're running through a smoke. Look at the time.
They got it. They just got it. Nilo, I think he blinded himself up on that aggressive maneuver. He was trying to be the hero right there. He kind of had to, right? There was no other help. That was the only way that he could have won that round, and just a small execution error in that play is going to be very costly.
Oh, imagine he gets that first play jumping up. That's the bomb as well. Imagine that one kill. Makes all the difference.
100%. That was a decider right there. Again, it's unfortunate, but Nilo, he's held steady many, many times before. Faltering just once is enough to allow for Big to string 2 in a row.
A lot of pressure. Both teams know it. Keto is going to hold W towards top of Banana, and Nilo yet again is going to test it, even jumping up and going out. Not only that, but Era as well removed. That's the B site falling to Big instantaneously. And this is the sort of experience you can expect, the sort of play you can expect from a team that has faced a lot of challenges. The disrespect exactly when they have to. Time to pull out a play like this and easily take with the B site. That's big for you.
They sure do deliver. Another round right there. Going to be claimed by Big. Continuing in this T-side recovery. Now, again, it's a very wise save here, but I do feel like we're just running out of a little bit of gas here for Young Ninjas in this map. All of a sudden, you finally see the slight adjustments here. Big just picking up the pace. I think that the slowness and nature of some of these rounds have been very costly. It nearly cost them in the last round. This time, though, they take a much different approach here. It's just all-out forward aggression in your face. And it's enough to completely catch the Young Ninjas off guard. I'm sure they weren't anticipating that switch up on them.
It kind of does feel like a map they could do a lot on. It has
agree.
the sort of vibe, like rightly I mentioned, Big kind of being a utility heavy team, innovative in a way. So a fresh map like Anubis, I think it kind of fits that sort of criteria. But I guess time will only tell. Maybe they're already practicing it. I would imagine most teams are at the moment trying to figure out that exact way and what they gotta be doing. Here though, Tabs and Keto, we know what they're doing. Getting a couple of headshots. Body shots count as well. ZTR now having to defend the B side. Look at the damage they've done here. That nade is fantastic.
Oh.
But Tabson's all the way in CT. How the hell has he managed that? Another round that Big decided by going B. The damage is insane here. If they knew this, might as well go for it, but with the information they have at the moment, with no kills having been found so far, it's just not enough to excuse this. And Tabs is basically 1 HP at a stealth staff.
He did it time and time again. He's able to blindside one man. That's just so sick. Tapson definitely warming
he
up
would
just the
split that
server
as well, I
as
think.
well. An HG combo with the molly definitely hints at him, hunting him down.
Times now to pass up, or past a couple of rounds. Trying to force the issue to make sure that these MP9s that Nilo has the best chance to win these rounds. Not only that, but well, Maxter as well. He's on the other side of the map with his MP9. So A side now a little bit on demand, but they're gonna make use of their 3-player B setup here. Searson almost come by the whole thing in the smoke. Damage dealt and taken a little. Let's see side most of that damage until a wallbang comes in. Full of doubts perhaps in T-side's mind about what was happening here. Era gets away with the first one, and now Crimbo. We're gonna chase down the next one he's got in light as Maxter removed and Adam B. I haven't said his name too much in this game, but now he has to stand up here. Just a bit of a show if you the young ninjas want to continue this first map going on. Back to B instead of Nilo. ZTR, they still wait. Couple flashbangs. You know, the pop flash from the first oranges can be deadly, can't be heard, can't be avoided. But if you do that, ZTR, he might as well strike with his own M4, so it does depend on how big Do approaches this. They have that utility. They kind of flushed him out, but full contact play surely would be crazy.
Spotted out the first player here. Second is close by as well. They won't anticipate the second. And look what he's able to get away with. Oh my god, a big oversight right there. Nilo goes down. Only 1 kill. Secondary flash from Searson. So much impact for Favin. Easy as you like right there. Everyone was flashed as he's able to just fire down range. And Adam B gets covered by Searson.